Awesome. They let you know now. Great. So everyone, again, welcome to a very special edition of Fierce Friday from the Million Mom Movement. Now, we say mom, but you might be asking yourselves, why is this guy talking now? And he's not a mom. I'm not a mom, but I am one of many. So it's the movement of many, right? So today it is a privilege and a blessing for us to be here today, to have been entrusted with the mission of the Million Mom Movement, which I said is a movement of many. So mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, children, women, and yes, men who are not exclusive to come on these calls only today, but we are taking over this call today to share the men's perspective on health and wellness and wealth with Purium. So first, I want to deeply thank Stephanie Don for being an inspiration and incredibly dedicated chair of the Million Mom Movement. And also, if you don't know, the Million Mom Movement is a council. And on the council, there is Carmela Velarde, Jody Parker, Naeva Flory, and my amazing wife, who brought us together, my amazing wife, Taz, who brought together the men of Purium that are leading amazing teams, supporting the great women that are doing amazing in Purium, and also the men that are driving innovation in Purium products and the Purium business. So today we have really amazing stories to share with you. We sent out a request for who of the men in Purium wanted to come on this call, and the response was overwhelming. We had to narrow it down. And so we narrowed it down to Jared Curtis is on the line with us, Jason Mangan, Brandon O'Shedden, myself, Leo Bocardi, Troy Casey, Joel Calendrill, and later on, our founder, David Sandoval, is going to be joining the call as well. So in honoring the true nature of the Million Mom Movement, we shall begin with sharing with you what is the Million Mom Movement, essentially, and there's actually a pledge behind it. So, Jason, I will share my screen. If you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
And I will share this so the wonderful audience can follow along with you.
Fantastic, Leo. Okay, am I coming in okay?
You are coming in perfect.
Oh, it's amazing to be here, everyone. I'm honored to be on here. It's phenomenal what men and women are doing and coming together, and we're setting intentions. You know, just like Leo said, it's just not for moms, it's for the caregivers, it's for the fathers, it's for everyone, it's for the children, it's for the grandparents. I absolutely love being here. I'm just incredibly honored to talk a little bit about the pledge and what the pledge means. And so let me just read it. So I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels, educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand how my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I am committed to sharing this movement of many. I'm a Million Mom Movement. I'm a Million Father Movement. We're doing this together, everyone. Let's have fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Jason. That was amazing. And it's amazing when you'll hear the stories how the men of Purium have already aligned with the Million Mom Movement. It's what brings us to Purium. And he'll share his story a bit later, but right now I want to hand it off to Brandon, who's going to be sharing something that kind of touches the pledge. It's a petition, very special petition of something that's really important, what's happening today, or actually for the last X amount of years. And it's important that we share this with you. So Brandon, I invite you to unmute and talk about the petition to remove glyphosate.
Yeah, and I actually just dropped the link in the chat, so you can go ahead and click that, and let's go ahead and get that signed immediately because hey, it's the movement of million, and it's the Million Mom movement. So we should at least have 1 million signatures on that petition. And for me, this really hits home because I did not know that Cheerios. First of all, prior to partnering with Purium, I had no idea what glyphosate was. So partnering with them and then getting an understanding of what it is and what it does to the gut microbiome was pretty shocking to know that Cheerios has the most glyphosate in it per part billion than any other product tested. And that's crazy because I remember when I was younger, I used to love Trix cereal and I used to love Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch. And my mother and my grandmother would say, hey, take a break. Let's eat something heart healthy. And then they would give me Cheerios. And I would hate it, but I would eat it because it's the healthy option. But turns out it's not the healthiest option. So go ahead and click the link that I posted in the group and give that a sign so that we can not boycott the company. But this is such a huge company. If we can get them to see the error in their ways and make that transition, a lot of other companies are going to follow suit. So this is a way to evolve through love for sure.
That's great. That's great. And it's amazing. We've got over 1,000 people signed. And like Brandon said, the link is in the chat. Go there, sign it right now while you're on this call. It really will not only your family, but so many other families just be more healthy. So this is another part of the Million Mom movement. It's very amazing to bring awareness on this very sensitive and specific topic, an important topic. So next up, I would like to share a little something that's actually very important and near to dear to the heart of the Million Mom movement is the scholarship. So the scholarship is a way to be very generous with already a very generous product and opportunity for Purium, but it's meant for people who have the intention, the will to become healthy and to increase and better their financial health as well. And so this scholarship is designed for anyone, so men, women, caregivers, aunts, uncles, as long as you're taking care of children under the age of 18. It really is a program that supports you in changing your life and your lifestyle and your family's life. So it's awarded every month, which carries a value of $1,250 over those 3 months. So that includes the product and the business. It gets you started. And on top of that, you have access to business training, support, the community around Purium. You have access to product knowledge. And this is available to anyone in North America, US, and Canada. And being in the back office of Taz, I hear these calls every Friday, and it is amazing how the recipients take control of the gift that they get from the scholarship, and they truly make their life so much better. It is inspiring. And again, I want to say thank you to Purium and the Million Mom movement to putting this together, because it is such an amazing program. All right. And as you can see, you can get all the information on the website, millionmommovement.info. And now I want to pass it on to Jared, who's going to share us more about social sharing and social media around the Million Mom movement.
Great. Thank you, Leo. Awesome hosting job so far. And thank you, Million Mom movement. Thank you, Purium, for allowing this to happen. It's great, the men's takeover. So I'm just going to bring up the graphic. So yeah, social media, super key. It's helped us grow our business and widen our reach. So should I share my screen, Leo, with the graphic?
Sure.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So yes, to find Million Mom Movement on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook, you could tag the @Million Mom Movement. and people will find you. Use the hashtags, hashtag Million Mom Movement, hashtag I am the Million Mom Movement, hashtag we are the Million Mom Movement, and definitely join the private Facebook page. So that's Million Mom Movement Official. And you could find the Fierce Friday recordings on the YouTube channels, which is amazing. And all of this is in the link tree on the Instagram profile. So they've been doing an amazing job spreading the word, the dangers of glyphosate, educating mothers and parents all over the world. So super thrilled to be part of this.
Awesome. Thank you, Jared. And actually, I want to ask you to stay on the line because like I said at the beginning, we are here to share our story around Purium and how it has affected our health and also our financial health. So our physical health and our financial health. So Jared, we know each other for a while. I definitely know your first steps into Purium were a little precarious. You were not sure. You wanted to back out. You were doing a bit of a dance, a tango, the salsa, right? You were 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Tell us what made you, what kind of solidified, moving into superfoods for your health?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for asking. So at the beginning, yes, very reluctant, really not open-minded about it, a superfood, about gut health, cleansing, anything like that. And Taz had come over to meet Allison, and all I knew was suddenly, I had a 40-day pack on my credit card. She had thrown out all our breakfast cereals and all our processed food. And I was like, who is this person? She looks like an LOL doll and she's just changing our lives. So I was reluctant and I actually requested a refund, and Purium was kind enough to do that and let us keep our product. So I actually took them for a month and I noticed changes, really amazing changes. So my health journey was, I had asthma and allergies since birth. I was always a little bit overweight and bloated. Going plant-based helped a lot with that, but it wasn't until I did the gut cleanse and started taking superfoods daily as a new healthy habit that I saw real transformation happening. So in Allison, it was a huge mental change. For me, it was mainly physical. I mean, I had mental clarity, the brain fog left, but losing my asthma and my allergies, losing 30 pounds, I was on board 100%. And, the sharing aspect of it came naturally because I, just by talking about it, by sharing my life experience, I become a representative of a new healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're about. And dieting, I've tried that. I've tried coaching and nothing happened. This is something different. It's a new way of approaching food and nutrition. And what the Million Mom movement is doing, what Purium's doing, is educating people about glyphosate, how wheat, corn, and soy are saturated with this stuff. And people think if I eat multigrain bread, I'm healthy. Turns out not so much. And something like Cheerios, something they give to kids, the first finger food that they eat, to normalize something like that is terrifying. So what we do is through love and through sharing is we reach people in a very approachable way. We just want to educate those and we want to change people's lifestyles. And that aligns with the Purium mission of healing people the world over. And, I'm living proof that it works. And it's made me a better father. I'm more attentive to the food I'm bringing into the house for our kids. I have 2 young girls, and it's brought Allison and I way closer. We're able to work together and be healthy together. And she's really motivated by me wanting to be a protector to her and the kids and to Mother Earth entirely. So, we're building this business, we're healing people, and we're the largest distributors in Canada now. So, we're just going to keep rocking it and spreading the love mission. And, we love you all.
Awesome. Amazing share. Amazing share. Have you ever thought that a man could speak that way? It's becoming more normal, and that's what's amazing, right? When we were growing up, our fathers, our grandfathers did not speak this way, did not think this way. And we have to really thank the women in our lives that kind of enlighten us, right? That bring that knowledge to us and that make us realize that it is a team effort, right? The care of the kids and the nutrition is not one-sided. It is a team effort. Awesome. Thank you, Jared. All right. So from one J to the next, Jason.
Leo.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. So we were talking, and you mentioned something to me that is like just blew my mind. You know, you've been living a very specific lifestyle for over 20 years now, right?
Correct. Yep.
Talk to me about it.
I would love to. But it's absolutely beautiful, you know, what these men are doing on right now. So Leo, thank you so much, Troy, Joel, you know, thank you so much. You guys are rocking it. But yeah, I'll be 40 years old in September. I'm a Virgo baby. I'm a single dad of two kids, Jedi 7 and Jackson's 5. And so, you know, I grew up as a very successful athlete, but I was all about genetically modified supplements, animal products, and processed foods. But I thought I was healthy. Until I was having massive like pains within my joints and my stomach and my gut and the fogginess. And around age 20, 21 years old, I made a decision that I needed to change something and experiment with something else. And so I made a huge shift. I made a huge shift to like completely let go of animal products, to completely let go of processed foods, to really focus on a raw, organic, plant-based lifestyle, really start focusing on eating live, living energies, communication. And something immediately happened to me. I started consciously awaking and observing certain things and details and specifics around my environment, around my life. Everything started shifting. And as I was gaining my own personal experimentation, my own personal wisdom and knowledge, it started clicking that, wow, for the first 20 years of my life, I was literally committing slow suicide, not even knowing about it. And it literally got me so angry inside. And I said, you know what, from here on out, I'm going to make a decision to do the best that I can to grow in self-love. And as I was growing in self-love, what happens when you grow in self-love? You grow in self-worth. You grow in self-care. You grow in self-confidence. Everything starts shifting from your voice to your feeling to everything starts shifting. You literally upgrade to a new level of a human being. It's quite amazing. And I thought I had it all. I thought I was living a great, great life. But then Purium came around about 10 months ago. I had a good friend here in Texas. She said, hey, Jason, I know how passionate you are about nutrition. I know you're a nutritional specialist. You're a divine soul emotional life coach. You've coached thousands of people all across the world. You got to try out these superfoods. And I said, no, I can't do that. I'm good. Like I've hung out with 4 different shamans. I've done 19 plant medicine ceremonies. Like, you know, I'm good. I do Tai Chi, yoga, I meditate. 95% of my life is living raw and organic. I'm good. Like I'm an herbalist. I've studied plants. I'm good. This happened for a good 3 months. And then I had a really good mentor pop in my head. And I remember Purium keep coming into my life. And this quote kept on saying, hey, Jason, what's your willingness to learn? What's your willingness to accept change in your life? What's your willingness to learn? And as those thoughts would keep coming up, as Purium kept coming into my life, I said, wow, man, my teachability index is very low at this time, because intuitively I wanted to check them out, but I kept on saying no to it because the ego got in the way. So eventually I started investigating David Sandoval and the company. Once I started investigating David Sandoval's personality, his mission, it perfectly aligned with my mission and the calling that I personally have, not just with families and communities and myself and my home, but our entire earth home with the collective soul family. So I was like, okay, I got to try out these products. I tried them out within the first 3 days. I'm so physically sensitive. Within the first 3 days, I knew that these superfoods were really, really special. I started giving it to Jedi and Jackson, my 7-year-old and 5-year-old. I started instantly seeing their cravings go away from certain processed foods, finger foods that they were gravitating to. And then once I started seeing like the small little changes within me and my children, I knew immediately I wanted to be part of the company and share this with the world. So I really, really appreciate you, Leo. Thank you so much.
That's awesome, Jason. That's awesome. And you actually bring to light 2 things that came into my mind. One thing is we always have a choice. right? And we have to seek out the information to make that best choice. The second thing is, yes, we do have choice, but we could choose best in class, right? There's always something that does everything, one of everything, right? But if you choose the best in class for nutrition, you're taken care of on that side, right? And that is really what Purium is all about. And the Million Mile Movement is just elevating that to the families, bringing that choice, educating the families with this amazing choice, which is best in class and really like so worth it. Thank you, Jason. All right. I want to follow this up with another amazing story. I had never heard it until a few days ago, and it is such a revelation for me, because having been in Purium for so much time, I've heard a lot of stories that sound similar. But Brandon, I invite you to unmute. Share us a bit about how you got into Purium, and where are you now with Purium?
Before I start, can everybody hear me? Am I clear?
Crystal.
Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure. I'm traveling right now. I'm actually in Arizona, which is incredible. That's a beautiful thing that Purium has been able to afford us, is the opportunity to spend more time with our families. I used to work in my gym from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, Saturday half a day, Sunday preparing for a day. And because of the opportunity to be able to connect and serve people, more people that could have ever fit inside the four walls of my gym, by the way, we've been able to actually attain that time freedom and that financial freedom. So we're currently in Arizona. I partnered with Purium in 2019. A year prior to that, I had spent some time in Italy. We were traveling, and I had to, I always tell my clients no grain, no dairy, things like that. But when I was in Italy, I was eating a lot of grain and a lot of dairy. I was eating nothing but pasta and pizza. And I didn't have any of the inflammation or anything. I didn't have any of the same issues that I typically have or see that my clients have. I've been a strength and conditioning coach since I was in high school. I've trained a lot of high-level athletes, NFL, bodybuilding, top bikini pros, all of that. So I thought I had an idea of what nutrition meant in strength conditioning, but obviously I didn't. I reached out to the certified health nut himself, Troy, and he enlightened me about glyphosate, which I had never heard of. And the crazy thing about this is I had never heard of this, and I lived on a corn and soy farm. So they were literally spraying that, and I was, following Troy's stuff. That was my introduction into holistic health, learning about grounding and stuff like that. So I had my kids out there. I'm like, oh, it's perfect. We're on the farm. Put my feet right in the dirt, not knowing that I've got my whole family taking in toxins. And so, kind of like Jason was saying, I was upset. I was like, man, for one, why don't I know this? I study a lot. I've got all these different certifications. I never heard of this. And then once I partnered with Troy and started to use the superfoods and detoxify my gut and nurture my body at a cellular level, not just with a lot of protein, but at a cellular level, and see the transformation that it made in my own family, even my dog. My dog's nose is literally about to fall off. She's completely black when she was a puppy. Once it started turning pink, then it started to burst, and the vet didn't know what to do. Just a bunch of chemicals they wanted to give her. I gave her that dog Epigenius, the biomedic for the dog. Her nose is almost completely black now, and it was only 6 months transformation. My clients, who I have a lot of people that I've helped train from high school all the way to the NFL, I've always been able to help people perform better, but they would always catch the common cold. You know what I mean? Like they would be taken out by a lot of things, joint issues, stuff like that. They've been able to perform better. We've had people who are getting, who are having like GERD, who are having like real digestive issues. I've never been able to help people become healthy, only aesthetically pleasing and performance wise. They've been able to actually become healthy for the very first time. And so, like I said, it's been a huge blessing for our entire family just to be able to, and like we just had our third child, a son, and it was a home birth. And, it's so funny because the doula was like, she was cleaning up, making the placenta into little pills for Olivia, my wife. And she was like, oh my gosh, what do you do? What is this? And I was like, what? She was like, this is the healthiest placenta I've ever seen. And I was like, wow, you know, we've had 3 children now. Nobody's ever commented on our placenta. So just to see how it's affected our whole family, from the time freedom, which for us is the most important thing, to the financial freedom, which allows us to give more and to express more of ourselves, and the impact that we've been able to make. I'm truly grateful for Troy for introducing me. I'm grateful for Purium. Taz, I'm grateful for you and the whole Million Mom movement for inviting me. And yeah, I'm just grateful for all the guys on the call sharing this and being leaders in the community, because everybody really truly needs to know about this. It's a responsibility.
That is amazing, Brendan. What you just said is like, it basically validates that, you know, what you put into your body is important, and you are what you eat. The placenta gets the value of Purium in the end too. It is amazing. And educating yourselves through our team, right? There's no advertising, there's no, like, it's all human to human interactions, and that makes it so much more powerful and sticky. Like, you get it. So thank you for the share, guys. So before we move on to Troy and Joel and Dave, I like to take a few moments to share a bit about, you know, how Purium has affected my life and our life. I know if you're regulars on the Million Mom movement, you probably heard this story from Taz. So, you know, it really all just starts with a gift card and giving yourself permission to say yes. And that was a few years ago. And today, it is part of our lifestyle, to the point where our children are asking for the superfoods, and they are educating their friends. And they're educating their friends in a way to make their friends think and go back to their parents and say, how come? Why not? Right? And the envelope, the skin, is the first sign of health. And so it's such an interesting perspective from a father who is learning how to navigate teenagehood of a daughter, and also a little boy who's 7, who's like wise beyond his years. But looking at how I grew up and the immense value that the Million Mom movement and Purium bring to a family, and how it enables us to live a totally different mindset than growing up. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s is totally different than growing up now, right? And who knew Purium has been around for 20 plus years? It is the best kept secret that should not be kept secret, right? It is such an amazing product that, Brandon, you mentioned that your athletes who suffer from GERD, you'll never hear a sports team say this player can play because he has GERD. But these are true, real ailments, right? Diseases that never are spoken about and can be helped or reversed through superfoods. And so I'm really excited for what we have next. I want to bring on Troy to the call. And Troy, share us your passion, right? What got you started with Purium, and where are you now in terms of your health? And what wisdom can you share with us?
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I love the Million Moms movement. I have since day one, and very grateful for Amy Benner for championing this campaign. And I'd like to also add that I think women dominate the compensation plan of this company at a very high level. I think something like 80%. And so, I'm extremely passionate about holistic health and healing myself first and foremost. I had gut issues since I was a young man, and that was, my curse. But if you know the two forces that guide us on the planet, yin, yang, masculine, feminine, inhalation, exhalation, catabolic, anabolic, and your curse is your gift, right? You just flip that yin yang coin right over. And so after 33 years of studying internal purification, nutrition, herbal medicine, working in the Amazon, researching plants as well, looking for the strongest and the best and the cleanest and the most effective, that is my passion. And I also realized that once I get myself healthy, I'm only as healthy as the environment is. And if only a small percentage, 4 to 6% of the food on the planet is grown organically, then it's very important for me to share these messages. Otherwise, I'm going to be shoveling glyphosate down my throat. And that's just going to be the way it is, or I'm going to absorb it from the environment. And so partnering with Purium has 10x'd, it's exponentiated my mission. My mission is to raise human consciousness and change all systems. My vision is clean air, water, soil, and equitable systems for all of mankind. And so partnering with Purium has given me a high-powered vehicle, right? If you're living in the mountains, maybe you need a four-wheel drive, or if you like sports cars, you buy faster cars, or like Ian Ferrari just traded in his Tesla for a faster Tesla. It's a vehicle for you to travel in. And so it accelerates already my mission. It allows me to help so many people. I've helped over 20,000 people with these products. And so I'm very inspired to do what I'm doing. And, the Million Moms movement is just another addendum to this great company. The number one reason people get involved with network marketing is community. It's not the money. Right? Most people lead, with the potential of the opportunity to make money. But the fact of the matter is people want to be connected to other like-minded people, other entrepreneurs that are driving towards success. So you get training with it as well, right? And then the second is the personal development side of it. The third is the money. And I am here to say that I've always made decent money in network marketing. I've always made a living in the 16 years I've been in the industry. The consistency and staying in the game, and the belief in network marketing, and the belief in myself, and then of course the vehicle to help more people, allowed me to achieve freedom lifestyle cash. And so the money comes in my sleep, and I can work if I want. I can work as little as 5-10 hours a month and receive compensation that helps me help my family. Because there was a time when we had financial challenges. And so now it gives me the freedom to not only help more people, but also help my family. And then, of course, help myself. I mean, I'm only as good as the blood my brain is sitting in. And it takes 120 days to rebuild the red blood cells, and 6 to 9 months to regenerate the organs, depending upon the materials that you are ingesting. And so all roads lead to, glory with this mission, and the vehicle, the opportunity, the business opportunity, and the products. So I'm very grateful for all you guys on the call, and I'm very grateful to be in business with all you guys and to be making a huge difference on this planet that is now spreading like wildfire as everyone's sitting down at home, and we're all addicted to social media. And so thank God for the home office creating the PHP Live. And so we are becoming extremely popular all over the internet. And that's the way things should be done. I've been promoting holistic health for years, and there's all sorts of detractors and trolls all over the internet going, hey, do you have any scientific proof for that sleep or water or nature? And so now it's just catching like wildfire because people are looking in the mirror and they're going, I'm not healthy. And then they're scrolling on social media and going, oh, okay, this guy's ripped at 50. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see actually what he's doing. And not just me. You know, the internet is full of these wellness warriors. Many of you guys are on the call right now. Big shout out to Ra of Earth. He's another champion crusader. And so again, thank you so much. I don't want to ramble too much. Thank you, Amy Venner, David Sandoval, for creating this amazing company, this amazing vehicle, and the Million Moms movement. God bless everyone out there in cyberspace.
Thank you so much, Troy. And thank you for the shout out to the other co-founder of Purium. My mistake, I didn't bring her on at the beginning of the call. By bring her on, I mean mention her. She is a tremendous warrior for this company. She's a leader, and the Million Mom movement is her brainchild. It is what she created, and she entrusted the council to run it, and it is amazing. Thank you so much, Troy. And I know you're a father of two, and what you mentioned there was a lot of time freedom. You can spend as much time as you want with your kids because you know you're taken care of in the back end financially. So all the more power. Awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I did play Mr. Mom for many years as one of my businesses went down, and I was building this business, and I had the time freedom to spend every day of my children's life when they were younger. And so this company helped me afford that. And I've been with my kids, you know, every day since they've been born. So
that is awesome. And it's actually inspirational, a great message. If there are, men on this call who are thinking about Purium, listen to all the men speak. There's balance, right? There's balance between the masculine and the feminine. You can be there with your kids and still provide for the family and share with everyone. So amazing. Thank you. Speaking of amazing fathers, Taz and I would not be where we are without this next person that I want to bring on. When we got introduced to Purium by Coach Drew with a $50 gift card, I had tons of questions. Like Jared, I had questions. I needed to know everything, right? Taz, she shared the story. She let me start with the business and the products, and I had tons of questions for the team, for Eric, Mish, for Brian, Diana, Healig. Even I'm not sure if they're on this call, but bless them because they answered tons of my questions. But the one who was really, well, they were all there for me. But another one that was there for me was Joel. Joel and Jane are pillars of this company. Joel is one of the founding members of the Purium business model with Ian Ferrar. I don't know if Ian's on this call, but hi, Ian. I want to bring on Joel because every word that comes out of Joel is pure gold. And Joel has so many perspectives. He's seen it all. And Joel, I would like you to share, what has Purium done for you? Because we know what you've done for Purium, and thank you. But what has Purium done for you as a man, as a father, and as a human being?
It's a great question, Leo, and thank you so much for having me on. And my fellow, let's say, men of Purium that are on this. We have to do this more often. Let's get this going like once a month. Let's get these men on, because these men they're shining, they're glowing, they're flowing, they're rowing. They got so much good stuff, to offer. We got to do this a little bit more, my friend. But that is a great question. So what has Purium done? Purium, I must tell you, I think Purium just saved my life. I think Purium just saved my family's life and my life. I'm gonna start off with a little testimony of what happened to me last month. So we take this great vacation, Utah. We're on mountain slides, alpine slides. I'm playing pickleball every day. Great meals up in the woods, going into Blood Lake, into swimming, all this great stuff. Get back on the plane. Guess what happens when we get home? We all get deathly sick. deathly sick a little over a month ago. We got the COVID, right? This was no normal COVID. I'm telling you right now, this was not the normal COVID. This is that variant, Delta, Colombian, Venezuelan, some kind of weird strain that I was blowing on that plane. Because when I got this stuff, I felt like someone was taking a knife and putting it into my ear and digging in. Nothing would help. My legs felt almost paralyzed, okay? I had a fever of 103. And I'm around people all the time in the pickleball world where I teach, perform, and coach. I've been through 100 people face to face within 1 foot of me that have had COVID. Have a little sniffle. Oh, I lost my taste a little bit. There was no harsh side effects that I went through for those first 3 to 4 days, which I was very fortunate to get out of. And going through that, it's taught me a lot of things. This isn't an emotional virus. It really messes with you, this virus, okay? It's powerful. It is really powerful. It changed my taste. Now, people beg to differ with me. I mean, I love coffee, right? That's my favorite thing. That's my drug outside of Purium superfoods, okay? I couldn't even drink a cup of coffee. It tasted like sludge, acid, acidic, chemical, toxic poison, which actually may be a good thing because I've been drinking 2-3 cups a day since I was 7. I've just turned 52, all right? And people tell me how unhealthy it is, which I agree with them on certain levels it is, but it's my drug. I love it. It's what makes me feel good. I like it. So that's the one thing that tasted horrible, right? Other than that, the brain fog, being tired every day, being lethargic, having these weird emotions come up of things where I was remembering things from my teens that I haven't thought of in years. What got me through it? What got me through it with no appetite, by the way, no appetite. I couldn't eat a cracker, okay? What got me through it is like, look, I'm gonna drink my way back to health. I'm gonna drink my way back to health. I turned on my killer T cells. I was thinking to myself every single day, I'm gonna fight this thing because hear the stories of perfectly healthy people, people much healthier than me, dying within 5 to 7 days of this virus, or 14 days, or even 21 days. So Max has it, my son that's 16. Jane has it, she's going through it really bad. I have it, I'm somewhere in the middle. I start pouring on the superfoods. And I know I've been on the superfoods for over 17 years. So what if someone like me wasn't on those superfoods and had a bad compromised immune system or had a junked up microbiome, wasn't getting enough vitamin A, D, E, C, zinc, everything else, K, everything that you need. I was kind of prepped for this. I was kind of prepared for this. So going through this, I flooded myself with green juice, with Can't Beat This, with ionic elements, with cocoa hydrate, with Revivitol, astaxanthin, green spectrum, kamut, coconut oil. Every day I was doing things. That was my food. That was my, and you're not going to, people on this Zoom are not going to believe this, but I've never done the 10-day transformation, 17 years in the company, but I've used the foods 3 to 5 times a day. And I have 3.5% body fat. So it's like I wasn't really looking to detox. I felt like I've been detoxing for the last 25 years, even outside of Purium, because before Purium, I was doing a lot of detoxification programs with some other companies. But over the last 17 years, I've been using these foods every single day, 2 to 3 times a day. So if anyone was prepared for this, it was me. And going through this, I felt myself kind of fighting it over the first day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day is when I battled it, completed it, and won against it. After that 4th day, I was done. And that's when Jane started to have some issues. So what do? We have our secret weapon, right? We have Purium. And I was amping it up, pushing, the throttle, pushing down the gas pedal, and doing my shakes, doing my capsules, doing everything from Super Life Formula to Joyful X. Jane had a headache that was like 6 days on the top of her head. She felt like someone was hitting her with a hammer. Nothing would work. We even had to do Bayer, Tylenol. We had to do modern, regular medicine to try to stop this headache because it was around the clock. But guess what? The products work. They really do work because I honestly could sit here and say there may have been a different outcome without these products. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not here trying to sell you on Purium. I'm telling you, these foods work. They're the most powerful superfoods in the world. So if you're going to give your body anything that might work and might help you during something like this, Purium is the way. And I'll tell you, man, I felt it. I felt this virus moving around my system from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet during those first couple of days. It moves. It's very smart. Okay. So that's my little, I don't want to sit here and take too much time. I'm thankful to everyone here on this Zoom, Troy, Jared, Jason, everyone, Brandon, really great to be here with you guys. Let's do this more. And I'm just really happy to say that Purium was there to save the day.
Thank you so much, Joel. And we are so blessed and happy to have you with us, healthy. Right, that's the main important thing, is healthy. And pickleball, we should schedule that soon, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I could say we saved the best for last, but which is an obvious thing. But I think having David Sandoval, our founder, our leader, follow all these men, I think is a testament to his legacy. That is a living legacy. It's a testament to the message being spread and heard and adopted and implemented, I'm sure, the way he wants. So Dave, please come on the call. No specific questions for you. I know you're a father, you're a recently new father, so congratulations. You are an inspiration to us all. Give us your thoughts about what you've heard and share some wisdom.
Hey, Leo, and welcome everybody. Thank you very much. I just came in from working out in 100-degree heat, so forgive my lack of decorum here. But yeah, welcome everybody. There's 120 some people on the call, it looks like. And, I really loved what Brian, and location freedom. And, if you ask people about things that are important in their lives, they don't have enough time. They don't have enough time for all the things, that are important to them. And, so I've seen Brandon and I've seen his wife come into the company with, excitement, but it's like, wow, this is different from any other company we've ever seen. We don't know whether this is like a good thing or whether you guys are all crazy. So, but Brandon, he kept the faith and he stuck with it and he applied what he knew from other companies to this company, but then he adopted and adapted. In other words, he adopted our mission and he adapted his style. So really appreciate Brandon as a man, as a father, as a leader, as a friend, and Leo, it's really, really important to teach people to fish. It's really important to teach people to fish. You can hand out fish forever, but the people come back tomorrow and they're hungry again. Teach them to fish. Maybe give them some bait and a fishing pole. And that's what we do. We give them a bait, we give them a fishing pole, we teach them how, and then they got to feed themselves. And that's the way it works. And I love that about us, So Leo, thanks for really, bringing that point, and you got to understand that Purium has a compensation plan and that money goes into your pockets. We don't take from the compensation plan to give the scholarships. We reach into our pockets to give those scholarships. That is not part of the compensation plan. For those of you who understand the business, you'll understand what that means, And Jared, I love what you had to say, and I want to build on it. You have to be proud to be Purium. If you're not proud to be Purium, stay off of social media. If you're not proud to be Purium, keep your mouth shut till you are. Honestly, don't talk to anybody, because it's not just these scholarships that we give you guys. Glyphosate, there's billion-dollar lawsuits against this company because they're causing cancer in people's lives. No one has a solution. No one in the world has a solution to glyphosate toxicity except for your company. Can't you be proud of that? Plastic, we just came out with this report about climate change. We've been facing this in a huge way to where by the time this report came out, we are already 80% there. Okay? But that, it goes so much more than that. If you look at our video, your carbon footprint, reducing your carbon footprint, simply by changing 2 meals a day to Purium, you could reduce your carbon footprint for your entire life by 60%. Think about that. Okay, there's more than that. The way that we support the autistic community through the Awaken Project, the way that we give scholarships through the Million Mom Movement. I could go on and on. You should be, you must be. How could you not be proud to be Purium? And if you are, then as Jared will show you and has showed you, he's the top dude in, in Canada, I think he said, and he's proud of Purium and people know it. He's not shy, okay? He's not apologizing. No, he's leading. And I love that, I really love that. And, here's a funny thing about this thing they call divine masculine. What a bunch of bullshit that is. All that really means is we're recognizing the obvious. Women didn't suddenly become our equals. Women didn't suddenly become powerful. Women didn't suddenly become divine. Women didn't suddenly, no, my ass. Women have always been that way. We've been blind. We've been ignorant. We're the ones, not women. What's this divine masculine? Why? Because we recognize the obvious. I could tell black from white, from gray, from green. Oh, I'm amazing. I'm divine. Give me a break. Okay? So, anyway, I'll get over that. But anyway, food could cause cancer. Isn't that crazy? Somebody comes up to you, hey, did you know that I just found out that food could cause cancer? And you're like, duh. Well, that's what I feel like when someone comes up to me and says, hey, did you know that men are supposed to support women as divine? I'm like, well, duh. Yeah, because we all should have known that for a long, long time because we have mothers. And that should have taught us that a long time ago. So, Jason, I really dig what you had to say. Jason said, I didn't know what I didn't know. Okay? I didn't know what I didn't know. Nako said, today's a good day for my ego to die. So, that's a good thing because when our ego dies, we get reborn to be far more powerful. So I love also, what Troy said that, yeah, this is a women-driven company. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because a few years ago, Amy came to me and she said, I don't feel like I have a big enough role at this company. And some people said, oh, you're fine, you bring that mom energy, and she got insulted by that. And I said, oh, you know what? They don't know what they're talking about, and that's why you're insulted. But if you know how I see mother energy, if we create a Million Mom movement and put you at the head of it so that you could be the living example of what a powerful woman looks like, and you could lead through that, would you want to do that? And she said, yes. So a lot of you don't know, I was the original mother. And I've been called that several times in my life. So now something else about what Troy said. When they ask people why they don't like their job, they're like, well, I don't get enough time off, right? I gotta live close to my job and I really don't like how much I have to pay in rent. I don't like the neighborhood, right? My boss doesn't really appreciate me. And I don't look forward to going to work when I wake up in the morning. So then they did the opposite. They said, what makes you feel satisfied? They said, if I have a friend at work that I know I could look forward to seeing, I look forward to going to work. So I want to tell you, at Purium, you have all this time freedom, location freedom. You totally look forward to going to work because you're working with your friends. You get all the time off you need or want. You can live wherever you want to. You're totally appreciated, and you get paid by bonuses to show you're appreciated, not a pat on the back, money, okay? And so Troy pointed out that a lot of people are not satisfied with their jobs, and the people who are migrating to Purium faster are women. But look at people like Troy and like my good friend Joel Calandrillo, who have been rocking this for a long, long time and bringing a lot of men into this business as well. Now, if you don't know who Joel is, he's an amazing break dancer. He's an incredible artist. He does like graffiti art. He's incredible. But more importantly, he's one of the best husbands and fathers and friends that you could ever hope to meet. So, you know, they say your vibe attracts your tribe. So aho to that. And thank you, gentlemen. And I want to add a couple of things. I just want to acknowledge each of you. I don't want to forget to acknowledge the Million Mom Movement Council. And I do, but I'm going to do it in a package because it's about the fellas today. And it isn't that I don't want to acknowledge them. It's just that we have very little time, and I'm trying to move along here and go through my notes. So I do want to acknowledge that council. Now, you know, I always talk about, I got to look at my notes here, excuse me. You know, I always talk about the fact that we're one of the fastest growing companies in America. If you do the statistics, 8 out of the last 10 years, 6 out of the last 8 years, we've been one of the fastest growing companies in America. Yet we don't advertise. We're not on TV, we're not on radio, we don't do Facebook ads. The only way anybody hears about us is from a satisfied customer that we already have. So there's a testament to who you are, okay? And I also want to talk about how Purium helps us to love our future self because most people don't know what the last 10, 5, or 2 years of their life are going to look like. But if they could look at statistics, if they go into old age homes, if they go into hospitals, if they go into intensive care units, I could show them what the last 10 to 2 years of their life will look like. But you could love that future self so much that you could actually change those future years in such a positive way. Okay? And here's the way it's going to happen, through awareness. Do you remember when everybody drank tap water and didn't think anything about it? Everybody drank tap water and didn't think anything about it when I was a kid. And then one day we realized that tap water was not our friend, that maybe fluoride wasn't so good for you, that maybe the chlorine and fluoramine and other chemicals they put in the water were probably not that good for you. So we all ran, we flocked to find purified water. We bought water filters, we bought bottled water, we had Culligan Man, who knows all the things we did, you know? Well, the same thing is going to happen when people realize that the thing we thought was food is tap food, okay? And it's time we tap out and we start getting filtered water and filtered food. And Purium is the ultimate food filter, okay? Less than 1% of food on this planet is organic. Less than 1%, okay? So forget about being the 1% of the most wealthy. Let's be the 1% of the most healthy. Be a 1%er, okay? Eat the healthiest food on the planet. So Purium's on a mission. We are a movement of many, and we're just getting started. So thank you to all of you fathers to all of you brothers, to all of you sons, to all of you mothers and sons of guns, because these amazing untapped resources, this amazing fuel, Gandhi said that the Dalai Lama said that Western women will save the planet. I think that Purium is proving that every single day. So thank you, appreciation and love, appreciation to great creator, appreciation to Purium and our community, and appreciation to all of you.
Thank you so much, Dave. True wisdom. I don't think there's much more to add to that from our side. Thank you to everyone who joined today's call. I hope you're able to take some value from it, if not full value. I do want to let everybody here know that the Million Mom Movement has 2 calls a week. The next call is on August 18th, next Wednesday, which is the Lunch and Learn on prenatal health. Very important topic at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Do the conversion for wherever you are, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And I hope that we made the Million Mom Movement and the council proud today, the men on this call. I'm proud of everyone. Have yourselves a great day, great weekend, and we will see you next week on Fierce Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Leo. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Great call.